I'm back down here in this gravel pit. They're bringing in 3/4 crushed gravel to finish this road up, cover up all this pit run gravel. They got a spot here that pretty segregated and gravelly, and they're going to bring in I guess you'd want to call it a manufactured home, so it'll come in pieces on a truck. So they've got to have a pretty good foundation to come in on, or they'll be hung up. So that's 4 3-axle belly dump loads so far. What do you think, Mr. Griff? We just had storm of the century. I mean, it flat ass put down some water here. I've never seen it rain like that hard for years and years. Anyway, it's just that job I was working on today. I was like, man, it sure would be cool if it rained. Then I wouldn't have to go bring a water truck up here. Well, your prayers were answered, Jeff. Is that a bird taking a bath? Look, Mr. Griff, bird taking a bath. And there's a cloud of bugs following me. Holy cow. Gnats, they're everywhere. Let's head for the house, Mr. Griff. There's bugs out here. It's supposed to rain again tonight. Pretty black over yonder. Well, it'll make my weeds grow better. That way, by the time I finally get my ass around to spraying them, they'll be 10 feet tall. Okay, so we had a huge rainstorm last night. Huge, which I was like, man, I hope it rains. I don't have to bring a water truck up here. So this don't look real good, but I got that wing that John Schiedeck, him and his dad built. So when we get done hauling in here, I'm gonna go get the service truck or run the grader home, and I'm gonna put that wing on it, and then I think I can clean these edges and stuff up on this, make it look way better, way better. So we're hauling some pit run right now and putting it up in here because it was all dirt. Then he's gonna go get some more 3/4, and we're gonna sweeten up some spots on that road that are skinny, because one truck was dumping fat, the other one really skinny. I think it's against the law to do this to a Peterbilt, isn't it? Oh, could kept going, Wade. Keep going, buddy. Oh well. Watch this. He knows he's on camera, so that puts a lot of pressure on a feller, don't it? Hard to starboard. Not that hard. But I'll tell you what, I've never seen a belly dump that'll open and close the doors as fast as that thing can. That's just plumb ass amazing. Cross Country. I don't know who makes Cross Country. Cross Country makes it. Never heard of that brand. Hey, look at that, man, he can slam him. So the only way I was gonna make this work is, thank goodness this draw was right here. And I made it so they could come around this way and out. So I had to dump me one load up here. I gotta work now and get the approach shined up. For him to come back, I'm going to close these gates way up, so he just leaves a long skinny windrow, so I have something to kind of fill in the holes. It's really thick through here because I had to have them double dump. Okay, so I'm back up here on the grader project and I got the X1 warmed up, so I'm going to go over here to where they're going to put the house. And I'm gonna get all the brush and stuff grubbed off around it. So when I'm done with that, 14's going home, and I'm gonna put the wing on the blade and come back up and clean this road up. It don't look too good right now. It's just kind of roughed out. Anyway, I'll show you that wing. I got that from John Schiedeck. Well, let me tell you that story. So John Schiedeck and his dad build these wings. Originally they were in California, but they've gone to Texas. And anyway, I bought this one. It was brand new, it was never used. I bought it from a guy in Colorado who got rid of his motor graders, so he didn't need it. Anyway, This is the coolest wing you'll ever see for blading, and I think it's an excellent tool for doing those silly ribbon curbs, and if you had to do a regular curb and gutter setup. Anyway, I think you're going to be really interested in this. Okay, so what I got to do here is I got a flag there and another one up there. Anyway, so I guess got to clean all this brush off, which will allow the house guys to get in here and set the house. He doesn't want a lawn, so I'm going to clean off where the house goes, and then probably 2 blade widths beyond that, just to give them room to work. Okay, this is the wing I'm putting on. Had to go down to my cat dealer and get some longer bolts. $4.58 a piece for these. $2.01 for nuts. Jeez Louise. That's a lot of money for a bolt. I got ready to bolt this on, and I think I tried to go through that hole and that hole, or that one and that one, and it wouldn't work. So I called John. Well, I sent him a video through Instagram, and I'm like, well, I guess I can take a torch to that. And then I got looking at it, and I thought, well, let me just take this whole protective plate off and hold it up there. And these are the 2 holes you use. So it looks like I'm probably, to get the wing on, I'm going to have to tilt the blade back some more. Matter of fact, I know I am. Okay, I got it on there. This goes in this hole here like this, and then I've got 2 ears to weld up here on the circle. And so basically all you got to do to change the angle of that is slide the moldboard. As you rotate it, it's going to stay square with that. So if you're trying to roll stuff over here and hold it inside that wing and fill a gap and straighten things out, or you're cutting along a curb, all you got to do would be to bring it back around square with the curb, or whatever you're doing. All you got to do is slide the moldboard out, and that'll pull that wing in. And then John told me too, if you get it set out on a 45 and tip your moldboard forward, you can go along an edge and leave a nice pretty slope. So I'm excited to give this a whirl, see what I can do with it. Anyway, if you want one, right there is who you're gonna call. Is Schiedeck, John. 530-681-3035. I'll bet that ain't John's number. Might be his dad. Don't know. Anyway, 681. That's my cell phone prefix in Idaho. All right. Since this is made for like a 140, and they're apparently the circle is down farther in relation to the moldboard, I can't, that heim joint is all the way maximum and I can't get it up there. There we go with that can't get it up. I'm having trouble with can't get it up today. So I'm gonna have to gouge the welds and all that off, and I'm gonna have to weld those on at an angle till I can get the ones on the moldboard set. So I'm gonna gouge these off, put it back on, and then put the ears through the bar. I may need some help, or I'll go get a chair or something to prop that other end up so I can figure out at what angle I've got to set it. Now, let's go put those in the vise, clean them up. What's going on? Huh? What's happening? You want me to go to the house? Yeah, I know you do. Camera quit. Let's start over. So I've got to make a new bracket for the bottom because of how much gap there is in that. So on a 140M, John's brackets here sit level, and I think the reason is the circle is so much taller than a 140, the clearance off the ground. So I got to make a new one of those to reach. I'm leaving tomorrow morning with Matt. We're gonna go look at a BLM job out near where I did the runway project. So Mr. Griffey's coming with me tomorrow because Mrs. Jpaydirt's gonna go on a women's excursion with her girly friend. So we're taking the four-wheeler and we're going to go up to that runway I built and take the drone and see what we can see. See what it looks like. So this is going to have to, I'll be gone all day tomorrow, I'm sure. So that project's just going to have to be on hold for till Saturday. Alright, so I had to make a new bracket for the bottom one because you can see the angle I'm sitting on. So the bottom one was a 1/2 inch short. So I plows out another bracket. And I was able to drill a hole with a drill, so it's not AR plate. I got it off over the table there, and I think it was some T1 A514 when we rebuilt the apron on the Filthy Whore. Okay, so I put the washers in, the bolt and the rod, and I ran a bead here and here, but I'm no good at welding upside down, and Jake's gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the moldboard out so I can weld those in position. I've got those on, so we're good there, but I just put the plas torch away because I'm not sure if we're going to get blasted with rain or not. So I got to clean some stuff up here, I think, before I can get that to roll out. So here's the drawback to a G, the geometry. When you swing the moldboard out, you can't even clear the ground and rotate the circle around because it won't lift it out and far enough up. So that's not upside down, but it's sort of upside down and uphill. I think maybe I can get that, or I could just wait for Jake to come. I do have one other problem. I got a leaking brake valve, and my airline back here got a hole in it. One of those small ones down there. I don't know if you can see. Hope you can. Okay, it's not pretty at all. But it's on there, so I can move on. So let's see if I can get the blade back down without having a disaster. Well, it looks like he just about fell off. So, ran out of rod there, but they're on there. So I had to grind some off of here to be able to get those washers in there. So he sends you 2 flat washers to put in here so that joint has maximum articulation. And John says it's going to articulate when you tilt it back and forth, that's where it needs the articulation. So let's see if I can get it back on here. I think I've put this on the wrong side because I got a whopping gap in there. Probably needs to go over here if it'll work. All right, there it is. So you can see that I obviously have the moldboard slid that way farther than before. That's why it's in. So let's fire it up and see what it does. See if I can break something. It hits that. Now I think I probably got that on wrong. It's probably supposed to go on the inside. What a ding dong. So I'll go get that undone and put it on the inside. Alright, so I installed this piece on the inside. You can see the dent right here. So when it comes out, if it was out here, it would have hit it. So the way it is now, you can come out and you can go in. It's going to pivot around that. So live and learn. Okay, here we go. Let's see what I can do with this. wish I'd have had this when I spread all this out. It would have looked a whole lot better, but I've got the edges pulled in, straightened up. I think at this point it's time to take it off, tip the blade way forward so I can see the cutting edge, and just stay away from the edges and get the center crowned a little bit. This road, the subgrade wasn't put to an engineered grade, and so it's really hard to cut something up and down and up and down, and you got minimal material without getting it too thin in places and too thick in others. So it is what it is. It's a cool tool, and I can't wait to use it on some other jobs. If I ever do another one, I'll have this wing on when they're dumping so I can run a straight edge.